All right. Ramadan Mubarak to all you beautiful people out there. Ramadan Mubarak. This your girl Tiffany coming through here live in the fade. Okay. All right. So, as you can see, I'm kind of just waking up. And I woke up to some overwhelming text messages and whatnot. I'm gonna say something, okay? And I want everybody to listen. Gaining knowledge is not always about a victory. All right. For some reason, people think because they gain knowledge, it's a victory. No, it's not always about having a victory. It's about gaining wisdom. Okay. It's about gaining wisdom. It's about being able to apply it to where it can benefit your life and help others. So if you're just getting knowledge just to earn victory over somebody, then you really haven't learned anything. Okay. And then another thing I want to address too is people are stuck in a box. They're stuck in a box. All right, so when you talk about scholarship, right, you have to be open to study all forms of scholarship. You cannot just study a particular person because they belong to a race or ethnic group. Okay? I mean, it's nothing wrong with supporting those in your own group. Me, I support Black scholars. I support Black historians, all right? But there's certain ones that I know that are not going to be pretty authentic about history, okay? And that's just going to tell and that's just going to say anything to just impress people, okay? Or just to make people feel good. That's not a historian, okay? That's somebody that's looking to gain some type of popularity or they looking to profit off of you. This is why people get taken advantage of because they're stuck on the outside and not really just looking at the source and carefully vetting the information, all right? Now, we all went through our phases of pseudo knowledge, okay? And some of us still deals with some pseudo information, all right? There's some of us that still deal with pseudo information because we see that it has some form of benefits. And that's nothing wrong with that. But the truth be told, right? The truth be told is that what we deal with, we're going to come to learn that it's not what we thought it was. It's not this truly authentic thing, okay? I have somebody right now that think because they get on my post, they put up all these just tagging folks and put up all this comment like they proving something. You haven't proven anything because I stand on my position. The person that they were talking about, right, even though this person is in the Black community, their information has been flawed. The information they have presented is synchronized. Okay, that person is not a credible source. Let me tell you something. Just because you deal with somebody that's Black and that's writing books and all that does not mean they always are credible sources. And you have actual Black scholars and Black scientists, Black anthropologists that go unnoticed in the community. People don't even take a chance to even look and research these individuals or even give them an opportunity. They become unnoticed. And once they become unnoticed, then people swear up and down that, oh, well, there is no Black scholar, there's no Black scientist, this, that, and other. They are there, but you're not taking the time to actually look. You can go online, Google all other stuff, but you can't Google a list of Black anthropologists, Black sociologists, psychologists, Black historians, biologists, or whatever. You don't take the time out to actually study these things. And this is one of the reasons why I created my platform, to actually show people that there are plenty of information out here. There are plenty of sources. You don't have to be stuck in that one little box. And for many of you, you are stuck in this box. I had somebody tell me that Murata Ashby is a credible source. No, he is not. Okay. Now, it doesn't take away that he's creative in the information that he's written, but his source is not 100% credible. Dr. Layla Africa is not 100% credible. Okay? Dr. Phil Valentine is not credible source. And then somebody else tell me that, well, you gotta study ancient Egypt by reading Dr. Ben. You don't have to just read Dr. Ben's book. I like Dr. Ben, don't get me wrong, but some of his information was flawed. You got to go outside of Dr. Ben's work. You got to actually find out where did he get his source from and be able to compare and contrast the information. And sometimes you have to question that. So it's not about, oh, because somebody is another ethnic group that, oh, they automatically telling the truth. No, it's about the field of study. You're not even looking at the research. You're focusing on the person that's writing it. And you're not even questioning sources. You're not questioning information. So y'all think just because somebody's black, they automatically right. Or somebody's white, they automatically right. No, it's about the source. It's about the research they have done. That's what makes it more important. So if you're too busy looking for somebody that's just black, that's a black scientist, and you're not caring about the sources they putting out there, then you're going to be fucked up. Okay? So that's why if you're going to look for somebody within our ethnic group, you have to be careful how you analyze them, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lot of motherfuckers that's a scam artists out here. There's a lot of con artists out here. So you have to be careful with the people that you get your information from. All right, regardless who they are, regardless what their background is. All right. And like I said, there's a long list of black historians, scientists, and researchers out there, but y'all not taking the time out to actually look into these people. All right. You claim that the white man stole your science. Okay, the white man stole your science. Well, why not go into the field of science and find out what has been stolen? Why not go study the work of other people and find out what has been stolen? And and you have a brother on here who I always talk about, African Creation Energy. Okay, he go by the name Brother Ace, African Creation Energy. Not too many people look into his YouTube channel. Only certain ones, but not too many people. And he's very African centered. But he deals with a lot of science, and he explains science from a level to where it can help people to understand. Okay, he explains science by using anthropomorphism. He used personification to explain modern science. But how many people actually look into his work? I done had some people tell me that this guy was pseudo. I said, well, how is he pseudo? Did you really pay attention to what he was saying? And some of these people were supposed to be scientifically literate. Did you pay attention? If you're not understanding, if you're not getting it, he's actually dealing with science. He actually talking about modern science, but he just using anthropomorphism. He using, what's it called, quasi-allegory. He using personification. He's doing that to be able to communicate with those who may not, who may want to get into the field, but don't have that thorough understanding of the technical terminology. So he used anthropomorphism. All right. But a lot of people don't give him the credit. So y'all overlook people who are in the actual field of study. Y'all overlook Soy Kieta. Y'all overlook this man. Hakeem Alusei. Y'all overlook him. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Y'all overlook him. Henry Louis Gates. Y'all overlook them. Abdullah Quit. Abdullah Quit is a Muslim that deals with African history and Islam. Y'all overlook him. It's so many lists of people out there. Y'all overlook because y'all stuck in this box. Y'all only solely rely on those in the conscious community or in the African centered community, and not even question their sources. You're not even questioning the information, even those who perceive to be scholarly. You're not even questioning them. So sometimes you got to up your knowledge, okay? Again, it's not taking away the fact that we should not study about our own people and our own history and whatnot. We should study them. But we also know that they could be wrong too, all right? They could be wrong about a lot of stuff. And it's okay. I started off at a beginner level, all right? But I had to elevate myself. I had to educate myself on a lot of things. I had to go outside the box. A lot of stuff I had to look up on my own. Now, some people gave me some information along the way. There was people that share stuff with me in the inbox, share stuff with me in my email. There's some people that I met personally that I had conversation with that share stuff with me. But for the most part, I had to do it on my own. And that's what it's going to have to take. You have to go and do things for yourself. And it's not always about gaining victory when you earning knowledge. It's about just seeking wisdom. It's about having understanding. It's about gaining clarity. If you just looking to have victory, then you just ain't really learned nothing. What have you learned? What have you learned? Okay, you got the victory. So now what you gonna do? What you gonna do outside of that? A lot of y'all ain't learned nothing. All you looking for is to gain victory. All you looking to do is feed into your ego. And that's not going to help. You're feeding into your ego and you're not getting nowhere. And all you dealing with is a bunch of circulated arguments. This is why I don't really like getting into debates with people. This is why I have intellectual conversation, but there's certain people I would have intellectual conversation with, and there's certain people I don't have conversation with. And with the person that I did with on my previous video, I regret the fact that I even brought them on the platform because it was becoming overwhelming. So it's certain people that I know that I can be able to communicate with and I can learn something from. But this person I couldn't learn nothing from because all I got was a bunch of gish gallop, a bunch of straw man, and that was it. And this person was looking to gain victory. You're not going to gain no victory over me by doing what you're doing. You're not going to do that. So if all I get is a bunch of gish gallop all day, then I'm not going to want to listen to what the hell you guys say. I'm going to get bored off of you. Because at this point, you overwhelming me. And it's getting frustrating. And I don't want to talk to you anymore. So I'm not going to listen to people who I can't learn from. I'm not going to listen to people who I cannot have a decent conversation with. I'm not going to listen to you. Because all you do is talk a whole bunch of nonsense and a bunch of gish gather. I'm not going to listen to what you got to say. What am I gaining from you? Nothing. And then when I asked the person for the sources, they couldn't really give me the sources. So I know that I was wasting my time with this individual. I would have been better off doing the video just by myself. But I gave this person an opportunity to get on the platform because the topic was about Kundalini and chakra. It's not Egyptian philosophy. That's what it's about. So you got to understand that everything don't belong to Black folks, all right? Some things just not, a part of the ancient history, all right? Now, if that person was honest enough to say, okay, it has been synchronized, some of the Eastern philosophy and African philosophy has been mixed in, then we can have a conversation. But when you want to try to give, everything, every credit to everything belong to a Black person, then that's problematic. That's problematic. You can't sit here and say everything was Black people. No. Everything was not Black people. Some culture, you act like other cultures don't have their own practices. Now, can they gain some inspiration? Yes. You may have picked up some inspiration from that culture, but that doesn't mean that what you came up with, it was something their idea. No, that was not their idea. That was your idea. So the whole thing about the Kundalini and chakras, that was coming from the Indian culture. That was Hinduism. That was not ancient Egyptian culture. Okay? They didn't practice no Kundalini and chakras. They did not do no mega yoga, meditation yoga. They didn't do that. All right? And what the person was trying to get at, which was dealing with the ancient Egyptian conception of soul, that was dealing with the funerary text. That was dealing with the funerary text, and not only the funerary text, that was dealing with the afterlife. That had nothing to do with the whole meditation and yoga, kundalini, and all this other stuff. It had nothing to do with that. And see, people cannot separate the two. What you deal with is what is called the New Age philosophy. This is a New Age movement. That's all the conscious community is, a continuation of the New Age movement. That's all it is, the continuation of the New Age movement. Where they have synchronized multiple philosophies and belief system and practices, which I'm not against. It's nothing wrong with that because people been doing it for years. People been doing it for a long time. All right. Even when you're looking at the religious school of thought, you will see there's some form of syncretism. And that's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you do, cool. But just be honest about that. Don't try to say that that's just the entire Egyptian concept. No, it's not. Because then now you're trying to play with my intelligence, and now we got a problem here. You're not going to play with me like that. You're not going to play with me like that at all. Now, if you want to create something, that's cool. Create something. Use your creativity. All right? If you want to synchronize something, okay, that's fine. Again, that's nothing wrong with syncretism. But stop sitting up here and lying to folks and telling that it's an ancient form of practice or it's ancient. No, it's not. That's what I have a problem with. And this is why so many of these so-called historians and so many so-called scientists or quasi-scientists, quasi-historians, that's why they can get away with doing what the fuck they doing, because they know that they can pull that off and you're not going to ask no question. You're not going to think twice about it because you caught up in the romanticism. You caught up in the romanticism. And so many people are stuck on ancient Egypt. Nothing wrong with learning about ancient Egypt history. But what about those in Central West Africa? What about those in Central West Africa? What about those ancestors? Those are your direct descendants. Those are your direct ancestors. But a lot of y'all don't even know that because y'all are stuck in this box. And then for you guys to be talking about, well, you learn this from the white man. Well, guess what? Guess what? Your favorite teacher, they study the white man's information. They didn't study this stuff from the white man. Because some of them could not even afford to go to places and do archaeological research. You don't have that many black people that's in the archaeology fields like that. You have some, but not as many. And I want to say peace to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Thank y'all for coming through. But you have some that's in the archaeological field, but you ain't got that many. So the ones they have to work with, they have worked on alongside with Europeans. They have worked on alongside studying European works. Now, they may not agree with the things that the Europeans had said, and they came up with their own consensus or their own thoughts, but they have studied some works of the Europeans. Sheikh Anta Diop studied the works of the Europeans. Theophile Obanga studied the works of the Europeans. I mean, come on, talk about it. But y'all are confined into this box that, oh, we just need to study just black scholars. And no, you don't just study black scholars. I mean, that's your start because that's your foundation, but you got to also elevate yourself. You got to expand your horizon. You got to expand your horizon, son. Some a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to gain as much information as you can, because if you just stuck into that one little box, then you're going to totally isolate yourself from everything else. You got to study all various forms of knowledge as much as possible. You're not going to learn every single thing because you know your brain ain't programmed to like learn every single thing at once, but you just got to learn what you can, take what you can. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But then we got people tell you that, oh, well, you're anti-African, or or you're not African centered, or you are Asian, this, that, and other. No, you're not. You're being wise. You're just trying to gain some wisdom. Because there's some things that you may not find from a scholar over here, but you can find from this scholar over here. And you may not get a lot from this scholar right here, so you may find from that scholar over there. Remember, don't be stuck in a box. That's all I'm saying. And with my YouTube channel, my whole ultimate goal is, that's why if you kind of notice that I kind of deal with like other, little general topics on here, because I don't want to just be stuck in just one subject. Okay. Yes, most of the time I do talk about Black history because it's very important to me. I'm very passionate about that. But I also deal with information about science. I deal with information about philosophy. I deal with stuff that deal with psychology. I deal with all of that. Okay. And I share sources from various scholars, various subject matters. Like this month of Ramadan, I'm doing subject about Islam. Okay. And I'm mainly focused on Sufism. And I'm sharing sources that's based on Sufism for the most part. And there's some stuff that's going to be about Sunni Islam as well. But but mainly it's on Sufism. All right. And a lot of the stuff that I've been studying so far, they're not just Black scholars. They're people that come from the Middle Eastern part, people from Spain. You know what I'm saying? And I do that for a reason. Because not only I'm observing Ramadan, but I'm also showing that, hey, you can, while you observing Ramadan, while you practicing Ramadan, for those of you who may be interested about Sufism, here's a list of things that you can know. And here's a list of things that you can read on. When you go to some of these Black bookstores, you won't just see that they selling just Black books. They sell multiple books in there from various people. All right. So no, it's not about always trusting the white man because the white man wrote something. No, it's about just being able to go through a various diversity of trying to gain various form of knowledge and having some type of insight. It's not taking you away from learning about your own history or about your own people, your own culture. You always want to learn that. That's something that's always primary, but you don't just want to be stuck there. You want to also expand yourself. You want to expand your horizon just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really about. It's not about just being far removed from your culture or being far removed from your people. It's not about that. But I feel like this. Okay. So if you don't like the sources that I post up, go look up the list of Black scholars. Go look up the list of Black historians. Go look up the list of Black archaeologists. Go look up the list of Black anthropologists, Black linguists, Black biologists, Black cosmologists, Black philosophers. Go look up the list of people. Go look at the list of those individuals. Look them up online. Google those individuals. Look up their books and read them for yourself. Okay? Read them for yourself. It's out there. I done shared them on my channel. Now it's your turn. You can do it. You got time under your belt. You got time to come on social media and attack people, right? You got time to, get on the internet and find random stuff. Go look up the list of Black scholars. You know what I'm saying? And this is, and I'm not trying to be gender biased here. I'm not trying to be gender biased, but this type of behavior is common amongst men. These are men that's mostly doing this kind of stuff because I don't really encounter this much from females. These are men that's doing this. They come and talk this. I don't know. I think what it is, what I noticed is that they're using knowledge as a way to outshine the woman. That's why I know, not with all men, but some, I think they gain these knowledge so that way they can outdo the female. They can find a way to dominate the opposite sex. That's what I noticed. Because it's very common amongst men than it is with women. Because not too many women come out and do stuff like this. It's mostly men that's doing this kind of crap. It's mostly men. It's more of what I know is that there's men in the conscious community that suffer from ego fragility. They suffer from ego fragility and they become very intimidated or uncomfortable with the fact that there is a female, and particularly that's past the level that they're on, or that knows a little bit more than what they know, and they feel intimidated by that, and they're gonna try to do whatever they can to try to manipulate the mindset and try to tell her, oh, you know, you need to think like this, or need to do this or do that and this thing other. There's some men like that, or there's a lot of them that's like that. They feel intimidated that they see a woman that's actually stepping outside the box, or that's not on that level, or that's past that level, and they feel like, okay, well, I'm gonna do whatever I can to bring some form of intimidation on her, even if that means to try to constantly use this concept of Gish Gallop to control and manipulate the conversation. I see that a lot, and I had to stray away from that from both sides, not just from those who are pseudo, but those who are proclaimed to be intellectuals. I seen that, and I pay attention. I carefully pay attention to that. It's not about victory. You ain't learned nothing. You just want to be egotistical, and that's not a good thing. That's not healthy. This is why I say too much of this is why I say being overly intellectual can cause a person to do something very dangerous. So being overly intellectual can cause a person to develop dangerous habits. And that's one of those dangerous habits, is trying to overpower an individual, trying to be an intellectual bully. And I see, like I said, I see this behavior happening amongst men. They try to do that with women. They try to intellectually bully the woman just by trying to manipulate the conversation, bring about confusion or enigma, or trying to get all aggressive and loud with her. And no, you know, no, and every woman is not gonna fall for that. Then you want to know why they don't pay you no attention. Because some women ain't gonna go for that. Some women ain't gonna let you just sit up there and try to manipulate them like that. Whether you pseudo or whether you so-called intellectual, they're not gonna let you do that. Now, if you ain't got intentions on trying to learn something or trying to educate them to help them, then you're not doing anything. And there's some great stuff that you can find on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's some great things. There's some great information sources that you can find on YouTube. Look it up. There's various subjects that you can look into. Then on top of that, you can go to Khan Academy, KHAN Academy.org. Go on their website. They have online courses. You know, you can study various subjects. You can download the app. All right. And they also have a YouTube channel. But people do not look into these things. They don't pay attention because at this point, they want to be stuck in a box. And they want to feed their egos. They want to try to be an intellectual bully. Well, guess what? That's not going to happen with me, because I will end that conversation. I will stop talking to you once I see what you're trying to do. Because you're not going to intellectually bully me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to have it. I will end the conversation, and I will leave you alone. Because I know what you're trying to do. And it is not going to work with me. But anyways, that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for your support on my channel. And make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell and like the channel and share the channel. And also, I want to thank the new subscribers that's coming on here. So make sure you guys check out the videos that I have on here. Thank you so much. All right. So if you guys got something out of this, I appreciate it. If you didn't, I'm sorry. There's other channels you can watch out there, and there's other sources that you can look for. Okay. All right. So I never claimed to be a teacher. I never claimed to be a scholar. I'm just a philonoist. A philonoist is somebody who's a lover of knowledge. And also I'm a philomath. A philomath is someone who loves to learn and study information. That's what a philomath is. Somebody who loves to learn and study information. And that's all I'm here to do. Okay. And I'll share what I have and just keep it moving. That's it. All right, then. So, peace and power, elevation be to all of y'all. This your girl Tiffany. Enjoy yourself on Ramadan. For those of you that are observing the Ramadan fast, and not only that, also, observe the Ramadan fast, and also enjoy your day. And everybody else, have a good one. Be safe at work, at home, or whatever. And I'll talk to you all later. All right, peace.